What's polo sports? Polo is a sport played on horseback, in which two teams of riders try to score goals by hitting a small ball with long-handled mallets. The sport has a long history and is believed to have originated in Central Asia over 2,000 years ago. Today, it is played in many countries around the world, with the highest levels of competition taking place in Argentina, the United States, and the United Kingdom. Polo requires a high level of skill, athleticism, and teamwork from both the riders and their horses. The game is fast-paced and can be dangerous, as players can fall off their horses or collide with each other while trying to hit the ball. However, with proper training and equipment, polo can be a thrilling and enjoyable sport to watch and play. When is polo season? Polo season varies depending on the location and climate of the region. In general, polo is played during the summer months in the Northern Hemisphere and during the winter months in the Southern Hemisphere. In North America and Europe, polo season typically runs from May to September, with some tournaments taking place in April and October. In the Southern Hemisphere, polo season typically runs from September to April. However, it is important to note that polo tournaments and events can take place year-round in certain regions, and some countries have indoor polo facilities that allow for polo to be played throughout the year. Polo sport information. Polo is a sport that is played on horseback. It involves two teams, each with 4 players, trying to hit a small ball into the opposing team's goal using long-handled mallets. The game is typically played on a large grass field, although it can also be played on an artificial surface. The game is divided into 6 or 8 chukkers, which are periods of play that last for 7.5 minutes each. The game begins with a throw-in, where the ball is tossed into the center of the field and both teams try to gain possession. Polo is a physically demanding sport, requiring both horse and rider to be in top condition. The horses used in polo are specially bred and trained for the sport, and they are often switched out between chukkers to ensure they don't get too tired. Polo is popular in many countries around the world, including Argentina, the United States, and the United Kingdom. It is also a popular spectator sport, with many high-profile tournaments and events held each year, such as the US Open Polo Championship and the Argentine Open. In addition to being a sport, polo has a strong association with luxury and high society. Polo matches are often attended by wealthy and influential individuals, and many polo clubs offer exclusive membership opportunities and amenities. How to play polo sport? Polo is a sport that involves two teams of 4 players each, riding horses and using mallets to hit a small ball into the opposing team's goal. Here are the basic steps to play polo. Learn to ride a horse. Before playing polo, you need to know how to ride a horse. Polo is a fast-paced sport that requires riders to have good balance and control on horseback. Understand the rules. Familiarize yourself with the rules of polo, which include the size of the field, the duration of the game, and the penalties for fouls. Get the right equipment. You'll need a polo mallet, which is a long wooden stick with a small, flat head, and a helmet for safety. You'll also need a horse, which can be leased or owned. Practice hitting the ball. Start by practicing hitting the ball on the ground while on horseback. Once you're comfortable hitting the ball at a walk, you can progress to a trot and then a canter. Learn team strategies. In polo, each team has a specific role, such as offense or defense. Work with your team to develop strategies and practice working together. Play a game. Once you feel comfortable on horseback and have a good understanding of the rules and strategies, you're ready to play a game of polo. Remember to always prioritize safety and wear appropriate protective gear. Polo can be a challenging sport to learn, but with practice and dedication, you can become a skilled player. Polo sport rules. Here are some basic rules of polo. Teams. Each team has 4 players, and each player has a specific position on the field. Field. The field is 300 yards long and 160 yards wide. There are goalposts at each end of the field. Chukkers. A polo game is divided into periods called chukkers. Each chukker is 7 minutes long. Timeouts. Each team is allowed one timeout per chukker. Toss. A coin toss is held at the beginning of the game to determine which team will have the first possession of the ball. Scoring. A goal is scored when the ball is hit between the goalposts. The team with the most goals at the end of the game wins. Fouls. There are many fouls in polo, including crossing the line of the ball, dangerous riding, and hitting the ball with the wrong end of the mallet. When a foul is committed, the other team is awarded a free hit. Handicaps. Each player is assigned a handicap rating based on their skill level. The handicaps of the 4 players on each team are added together to determine the team's overall handicap. This is used to determine the number of goals the team must give or receive to even the playing field. These are just a few of the basic rules of polo. As with any sport, there are many nuances and subtleties to the game that can take years to master. Why is polo a rich sport? Polo is often considered a rich sport because it is an expensive sport to play and maintain. There are several reasons why polo is considered a luxury sport. Horses. Polo is played on horseback, and horses are a significant expense in the sport. Polo ponies are highly trained and well bred, and they require specialized care and training to stay healthy and perform well. The cost of purchasing, maintaining, and training these horses can be quite high. Equipment. Polo requires a lot of specialized equipment, including mallets, balls, helmets, knee pads, and saddles. The cost of this equipment can add up quickly, and the quality of the equipment can make a significant difference in the game. Facilities. Polo fields require specialized maintenance and upkeep to keep the playing surface in top condition. The cost of maintaining a polo field can be substantial, and many polo clubs have high membership fees to cover these expenses. Training. Polo is a challenging sport that requires skill, athleticism, and teamwork. Learning to play polo requires specialized coaching and training, which can be expensive. Social status. Polo has traditionally been associated with the wealthy and elite, and playing polo can be a way to demonstrate social status and network with other affluent individuals. Overall, polo is an expensive and exclusive sport that requires significant resources to play and maintain. While there are efforts to make the sport more accessible, it remains primarily associated with the wealthy and privileged. Polo game without horse. A polo game without horses would not be the traditional version of polo, as horses are an integral part of the sport. However, there are some adaptations of the game that can be played without horses. One such version is called cycle polo, which is played on bicycles instead of horses. The rules and objectives of the game are similar to traditional polo, but the players ride bicycles instead of horses. Another version is called elephant polo, which is played on the backs of elephants instead of horses. This version of the game is typically played in parts of Asia, and is popular as a novelty sport. However, it is important to note that these adaptations are not considered traditional polo, as the use of horses is fundamental to the sport. Why is polo not an Olympic sport? Polo was actually an Olympic sport in the early 20th century, being contested at the 1900, 1908, 1920, and 1936 Summer Olympics. However, it was removed from the Olympic program after the 1936 Games and has not been included since then. There are several reasons why polo may not be included in the modern Olympics. One reason could be the limited popularity of the sport, as it is primarily played in certain regions of the world and may not have a widespread following compared to other Olympic sports. Another reason could be the high cost of equipment and facilities required to play the sport, which could make it less accessible for countries with less resources. Additionally, there may be concerns about animal welfare, as the sport involves riding horses and hitting a ball with a mallet, which could potentially lead to injuries for both horses and players.
a daidai wani lokaci muke ganin wato Usman Idris Tata Alkura da kuma Hayatin Abba Abdulkadir Sinisini Ibrahim Abba Abdulkadir su ne fafatawa to ina iya ganin kwallon a hannun wato Bakori ya yi kawai Ibrahim Abba Abdulkadir Ibrahim Abba ya yi cikin hannun kwallon da yan wasa za su je su sha ruwa su canta gawaki su dawo domin a cikin wasa to duka ni Muhammad Bello ɗan kesa gwamnati cikin Bauchi sarkin yaƙin tarbara yaran da martaba sarkin Katsina da neman ciro mun garabi mun wajen malaki kan falin da kwan sarkin yaƙin sarkin kwan sarkin Katsina da Haus na ƙarshen da wasa ayyukan da lafiya zan kuma zuwa ga wato magadin sarkin Katsina na gasar da sha to daga nan gane wato.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Muhammad Bello, for that beautiful commentary. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you welcome to the English version of the Polo commentaries. And the match you're watching is a very, very big match here between the Malcolmites 2 and the Jos MNL Shipping. And let me give you a breakdown of the teams as they are playing for the Malcolmites 2. Number 1 is Harun Akari, handicap of North. Number 2, Nasir Tobacco, a handicap of North. Number 3, Tata Alikura, a handicap of 3. And at the back is Usman Idris, a handicap of 2. They have a total team handicap of 5. And ladies and gentlemen, playing for the Just MNL, MINL Shipping. Number 1, Hayatu Abba, handicap North. Ibrahim Abba, handicap plus 2. Hamis Sububa, handicap plus 4. And Isia Bakori, handicap plus nothing. Total handicap of 6. That is why the half a goal came to Malcolmites 2. That is the situation. These are the players for this match. And we are very, very happy to have with us the longest serving captain of Jos Polo Club, Alhaji Sule Umar. Sir, you are welcome to the field. Also, Alhaji Amadou Sani Bakori is available with us here. We say thank you very much. We thank the Polo Bochi, who is also very much around with us this evening. We say thank you very much to you all. The Vice President of Jos Polo Club, Alhaji Idris Nasiruddin, seated very, very close to the patron of Red Crown, Mr. Sami Nasiruddin. We say thank you very, very much to these two. They are making sure that all goes well concerning the Just annual international polo tournament. Idris Nasiruddin has done a lot to ensure that NASCO keeps its sponsorship at the highest level. If you look left, right, and center, you will see the handwork of Idris Nasiruddin and NASCO group of companies. These two have succeeded in elevating the club to grade A. We have been elevated to grade A. These are some of the handworks of NASCO, and of course, they pair up with Malcolmites as the major sponsors of the Just Annual International Polo Tournament. The best tournament in the country so far is here in Jos, as we are seeing so many teams, 30-something teams participating from the outside, and we have about 6 teams here in Jos, made up of Malcolmites 1, Malcolmites 2, Tasselec, Red Crown, and so many other teams here in Jos. We say thank you very, very much to Idris Nasiruddin. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we say thank you very much to Sami Nasiruddin. These two are making sure that Jos is not left behind. We continue to appreciate them very very much. Back to the field, the players are back for the third check of this match. If you look at the scoreboard, it has not been juicy for the NIL team with 6 or 4 goals and nothing. They've not had first 2 checkers. And let's see if when you have a team that comprises of Hayatu Abba, Ibrahim Abba, Hamisu Buba, Isiaba Kori, you are assured that it's not over until it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, like the Hausa man will say, Asabachi Tuba and Semia Tagari, the English man will say it's not over until it's finally over. We will give you versions in different international languages as time progresses. But this game will go either ways, regardless of the fact that this shipping team are down by 4 goals. They could come back and match. And back to the field. When on there is Hamisu Buba. Hamisu is going there. And got goal number 1. You can see Hamisu is trying to prove what I have said, that this team can come back and place, or rather show their relevance on the field. While that goal of Hamisu is welcoming the Nangatan Kefi Alhaji Umar Aliu Enyaya. We say thank you very much to the Vice Chairman of Kefi Polo Ranch, Alhaji Umar Halilu Enyaya, not Umar Enyaya. I beg your pardon, my apologies. It's Halilu Enyaya, the Nangatan Kefi. Ladies and gentlemen, Hamisu Buba goes again. Hamisu, he wants to score. He takes a shot. He has 3 players on him. And the back of the ball is done by Usman Davis. A good turn there by Haruna Kari. He flew over the ball. Isiaba Korea attempts to match, he lost it. The ball is picked up nicely by Nasiru Tobacco. And the backhand there, lovely done. Who goes in there? There goes Nasiru. Nasiru Tobacco for the Malcolm Eyes too. Nasiru is on duty. Oh man, Nas. He sends a long shot to who? Hamisu Buba goes on defense. Hamisu. It's been blocked there by Haruna Kari. Haruna Kari losing that one to Hamisu, a good dribbler. Hamisu dribbles well, and Haruna Kari attempts a shot there. Ibrahim Abba comes here, but stealing the ball there. Is the number 3 player for Malcolm too. That's Tata Ali. Tata Ali lost it, and who gets it there? The powerful shot there from Haruna Kari, but the shot goes over the back line and out of play for a hit in. Watching the game is Mr. S.S. Chesno, Alhaji Abdul Ghani Lawal, Alhaji Suleiman Umar. These are very, very old members of Jos Polo Club. They are busy working VIP. We say a big thank you to our elders. Back to the field. Takes the time, he turns. Haruna Kari puts it down for he moves down the 60. He has Isiaba Kori. But then Nyasai back over there, he picks the and picks the whistle. We have the patron of Zasalet, Alhaji Sadi Mohammed. We have Alhaji Bala Ahmadu Loshi. We have Youth Manu, Babazana Kari. We have Abdullah Shaibu. We have Nejimeta all watching this game here. While on the field, we have all sorts of players that are watching this. We say thank you very much to everyone out there. And ladies and gentlemen, not only that, we have the likes of Wa'il El Zaini, the London based Mukhtar Adahama, Haruna Kari, CSP Abdullahi Usman, Colonel Yusuf Polo. We say thank you very much to you all. Back to the field. There goes Karama. And a long shot there. Scott there. Lovely goal by Nasiru Tobacco. Lovely goal, Scott there. And the players are coming back. Is it Nasiru Tobacco or the number 3 player? Tata Alikura registering the goal for Malcolm Eyes. 2 is now 5 goals. They are making for the shipping polo team to come back to this game. But as I told you earlier, he can run the ball into play. Hamisu with a big turn. He turns in there with a 52-inch mallet, and he's under pressure from Usman Idris. Usman Idris. The ball this time around. Tata Ali. Babasab. He lost it to Isabakori. 60 and again he lost it, and Isiabakori is on his way to the goal with a half swing. He lost it. It's picked up there by who? Isaiah to Abba. His replacement coming on there, and ball in the play there. 5 of the field, my brother. Just put up. Barbeo, a strong member of the Malcolmites. We say thank you very much. Back to the field, a powerful shot there. Idris are searching for Usman Idris. He lost it. Ball picked up there by Ibrahim Abba. He sends it down to Hamisu Grover, the home boy. Hamisu, and back, and in Bello, Babam Hamisu, and OPP, please, your attention is needed. And the OPP, in goes the ball, Tata Ali. Tata, he takes it forward, and losing that one to Hamisu Wilba. Hamisu doing what he knows how to do best. He slicks the ball, sends it down, and a powerful shot there from the replacement of Waya to Abba, down to Hamisu Wilba. Hamisu, what a catch there from Usman Idris. Tata Ali to Usman Idris, and was stolen by Isiabakori. But the clearance all be done, but whistle gone. Whistle gone. YouTube channel. You see Polo at its best. Go and see Get Crown. Go and see Lean Text. Go and see Kate Ponies. All matched in there. Our own. I'm talking of Ibrahim Karama. It could go a long way telling people about the clubs participating in the Governors' Cup. We thank you very much once again. There, and that is less than 30 yards to the goal, and this is as good as a goal. I mean, but anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can happen. And Mr. Buruba takes a walk, a half swing there, and he scored the goal. Okay, back to the field. There goes Usman. Usman Idris takes it back, shot tested there by the players. Ibrahim Abba. Skill. Just is here watching the game alongside all the players. We continue to appreciate you all for us. Please, mind the security. Please, the entrance to the left of the clubhouse should please allow vehicles to cross the field. Please. Giving your card. Take your windscreen. Later that your windscreens are broken. Please, to avoid that. Please, let's avoid doing that. It's dangerous. The captain of Red Crown playing straight for Malcolm Hines. He went up, sends the shot down. He's searching for his number one player. And look at that. Going on the defense there. Hayatu Abba lost it. Usman Idris, what a beautiful shot there. Then he got goal number 6. Yes, he can. Lovely goal scored there by Usman Idris. Usman. Malco itself. Management of Malco is all here. Tirmizi, Alhaji Mohammed. In fact, we need to have a Malco staff team that will comprise Baba. We will have like. Back to the field, tell you about that. Back to the field, Hamisu Gruber. Hamisu is going there. Hamisu, look at that. He had to go beneath the pony, strike the ball down to the 60. Hamisu wants to go for the kill. He's losing that one to Nasiru Tobacco. Nasiru, man, nasty. That's beaten by the bounce. Haruna is beaten by the bounce. There, get it. Somebody attempt on the ball. Ibrahim Abba. The ball. And he goes in there. It's Sebakori to the Abba. Abba to who? Abba. Hamisu. And a whistle, ladies and gentlemen, in Chuck and the final of this match. 6 goals. Malcolm Hines 2. 2 goals. Have